Hi everyone, welcome back to Sam and Cod Playtime. Today we are talking about circles again. But first, before we do that, I'm going to move this little guy over. Isn't he adorable? First, we're going to talk about straight lines. That is not exactly... Oh, is my camera going to focus? Is it going to focus? There it goes. That kind of took forever. Today we're going to talk about straight lines. And while that is not the straightest of lines, we're going to pretend like that is. If I wanted to measure this line, I could take my handy-dandy ruler right here, and it cute, looks like a little kitty cat. I could put my ruler right there on that line, and I could measure that line. If I line that up, that's about 5 3/4 of an inch. Okay? About 5 inches and about 3/4 extra. So I can measure that line. I can take a little ruler here, and I can measure that. If it was a line that looked like that, guess what? I can measure that too. I just got to get kind of slanty with it. There it is. Okay? I can measure that too. But when it comes to circles, it gets a little harder for obvious reasons. If I had a circle, and I wanted to know how long the middle of the circle was, the diameter of the circle. If I wanted to know how long that was, you know what? I can measure that. I can measure that diameter. I can start at this point right here. And I can go all the way to this point over here. And look at that. Look at me drawing a perfect little 4 inches there. That was perfect. Okay, I can measure that. That's easy. But when it comes to measuring the outside edges of a circle, that is kind of different. And why that is different, we're going to bring our cake back in for 1 second. We did our cake last video. I wanted to measure around the outside of this cake. It gets kind of hard because my ruler, it does not bend. But this cake, it absolutely does bend. So if I went like this, it's kind of hard. Like, I can't get a straight, I can't get like, you know, it's kind of, how do you do that? How do you, because it's kind of doesn't work. It's very hard to measure around that, okay? So instead, I'm going to move this cake real quick. Hang on just a second. I'm coming right back. So instead, what mathematicians do, mathematician, isn't that a great word? I think everyone should be a mathematician. Someone who does math. What a wonderful word. We're going to draw our circle here. Not a perfect circle because, you know, my drawing's only so-so. And my camera would focus. There it goes. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay, so we're going to draw one straight line, 1 radian. Remember, a radian was half the distance. It starts at the middle of the circle, and it goes from the middle of the circle to the edge of the circle. That right there, that is a radius. It's from here to here, okay? Now, what mathematicians did is they said, okay, we're going to use something called degrees. Okay, it's simple as that. It's a little circle. Now, when you think of degrees, my kids thought, you mean when we go outside and it's hot or cold outside? No, this has nothing to do with temperature. Temperature is also done in degrees, but that's different. That's a temperature degrees. For this, we're talking about the degrees that go around a circle. Same word, just used different ways, okay? So what they did is they said, we're going to use degrees, and we're going to mark off sections of this circle so that everyone knows that it's the same amount of space, okay? So they took and they divided the circle into 4 parts. I don't know if you can see this, okay? Into 4 different parts. And we're only going to talk about some of these today. But this first part, this first 1/4 of a circle, there's one. Do you remember the fractions videos? Here's 1/4. This over here would be the 2nd fourth. If we put those together, that would be the 2nd fourth. Then you'd have the 3rd fourth and the 4th fourth because there are 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, math says that if you take this horrible crooked line, which I'm going to try to make straight, you divide a circle into 4 equal parts. Right up here at the top, we're going to say that this part right here, we're going to say that is 90 degrees. And we're going to put a little degree symbol right here. That's not a 900. That's 90 with a little circle at the top saying degrees. And we're going to go right here, okay? And we're going to call this 0. 0 degrees. This is your starting point, okay? This right here is your little starting point. It's your first radius from the middle of this circle. So we got the middle of the circle, we got the radius. That's going to mark 0 degrees. Okay, I'm going to kind of take this off for just a second. I'm going to add these back here in just a second. And what mathematician said was when you start right here on the edge corner, we're going to go, and we're going to say this is 10 degrees because this is where you start. So it's 0. This is the starting point. We're going to go 10, 20, 30. Are you seeing how this goes? 40, 50, kind of, if I can get go. 60, 70, 80. I'm drawing kind of sideways. Sorry about that, y'all. But it goes 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And that 90 is a straight line going straight up from the middle of your circle. Okay? Now 90 is a very special number because when we say something is 90 degrees, we will normally put a little square right there to show that this angle is 90 degrees. What is an angle? That is a great word. An angle is where you have a middle, you have your starting line, which is at 0, and then you have one other line somewhere. That forms an angle, okay? Angles can come in all sizes. You can have little skinny ones. You can have them where they go straight across and straight up. Remember, we called that 90 degrees when it goes straight across, if I can draw, and straight up. Okay? And then you can also have ones that go, and here's the middle, and they're really big. And they look like that. That's another kind of angle. This little skinny angle, these are called acute. A-C. I am drawing upside down and sideways. Do you know that does not work for me? Let me stand up and move a little. Acute. And I always remember that they're called acute because they're so cute! They're so little and skinny and tiny, and I just love them to pieces because they're cute. Kawaii. So cute. Okay. Regular angles that go straight across and then exactly straight up and have a little square right here. Those, sorry, got a little carried away with my lines. Those are called right angles. R-I-G-H-T. Right angles. Okay? So you've got a right angle and an acute angle. And remember, that right angle is where it goes straight across and straight up into the sky. Now, this other one, it's really big. Really big. And these really big ones are called obtuse. Obtuse. Sorry, I'm also writing sideways and almost upside down. Those are called obtuse. And I always think of obtuse like being obese, because they've got that ob at the front of the word. Like obese, like big, like massive. Well, that's what this is. This is very, very wide and very, very massive. Okay? It kind of goes really big. So this is little and cute, acute. This one's right. It's a right angle. And this one's obtuse. It's big. These are really wide. Okay? So from this 90-degree angle, if we had anything between 0 and 89, okay, that would be acute. Anything in this area right here. In fact, let's get a pink. I don't know why I think that needs to be in pink, but I think that needs to be in pink. Wow, I am completely writing upside down. This is, there you go. Acute, C-U-T-E, yeah, acute. Okay, so anything in this area, right, any lines that would be in this area would be considered acute, okay, if they ended right here at 89. Okay, anything in this area would be acute. So if I had a line coming across here that went to the 20 degrees. Let's see if I can. I'm trying not to write through that word, but if you can imagine that being a straight line, I'll just draw through it. If I had a line that started here, an angle that started here on the 0, and then came up this way to the 20, that would be acute. If I had a line that came up here and came all the way up here to the 40, that would be acute. Any line coming from that middle all the way out here to the outer side of the circle, outer edge of the circle, and it's in this area, it's going to be acute. Okay? Now, if it goes right straight up, just like this, it's a 90-degree angle, and we call those right. Okay, that's a right angle because it goes here and here. We also add that square. That's a right angle, okay? Now, our numbers keep going across. So we had 90. Here's 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. I think these are upside down for you. I'm very sorry. 150, 160. Okay, I did not do this even, but you got to pretend like I did, okay? 170 and 180. If you were to draw a diameter going straight across your circle where that 0 is, and you drew one straight line across, the point on the circle that diameter would hit is the 180 mark. In fact, I'm going to flip that around because that number is so important. I want you to see it. That's the 180 mark. Okay, 180 degrees. In fact, there needs to be a little degree circle right there. Okay, 180 degrees is going straight across the middle of this circle. Okay, so if my little friend was right here, okay, let's say they were facing this direction. Okay, their eyeballs are looking this way. Okay, my pen is going to be the direction their eyeballs are facing. Okay, say their eyeballs are facing this direction. If they were to turn all the way around and start facing that way, what would happen? Their eyeballs would go 10 degrees, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, we're straight up at 90, but we're not facing the opposite direction. We want to face that way. If this little guy turns halfway around and he's facing the opposite direction, he has gone he has looked 180 degrees. He was facing 0. He started facing 0, but then he turned. I'm trying to make this so you can see it. He was facing 0, okay, but then he turned his body all the way around to where he's now facing 180. That's called doing a 180. It's when you turn around. Okay, if you turn around and you face the other direction, it's called doing a 180. Yes, physically, you're still standing in the same spot, but your body has turned 180 degrees in a circle. Okay, you haven't gone around the outside of the circle, but your body has turned that direction. So we call that doing a 180. Okay, now, real quick, let me draw this back. Sorry, I'm messing. As always, I'm messing my circle up. I don't know why it says always, but anything from the 90 mark right here, going to the 1, going right, or anything from 91, going to 179 before you hit 1, no, I guess not. No. Anything, from 91 all the way around is going to be considered obtuse. Obtuse! It's big! So if I had a line going from the middle, right up here, going straight to the 150 mark, guess what? This is an obtuse angle. It's big! Okay? Alright, so today we did acute angles, right angles, obtuse angles. We did the degrees around halfway around a circle. We didn't even cover this, but we'll cover that next time, okay? I hope this kind of helped explain everything to you, and we'll come back in another video and we will explain some more. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Have a good day. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? We could really use those likes. Thanks. Bye.